This is a very serious situation between the Iranian effort to get nuclear weapons, the gradual destabilization of Pakistan, the challenge you have across the region, because remember, the Arab Spring may well become an Islamist radical spring. We have no idea how this is going to work out. We need to understand how really fragile the region is. And I think we need to understand that we should be clear-eyed and honest about what's going on and what the threats are. And that requires, I think, a much greater level of candor. I mean, for this president to fail to single out Iran yesterday and to suggest that Assad should be allowed to stay makes no sense. But then for this president to have suggested on March 3rd that Gaddafi has to go and not quite have noticed yet that 2 months later he hasn't gone should really worry people. I mean, this is a person who's not a serious person about trying to understand and change reality. He is floating on the surface. I will also tell you, when he gave his speech to the National Defense University on Libya, and he cited the United Nations and the Arab League 8 times, and the U.S. Congress once, that told you almost everything you needed to know. Anybody who believes that a collection of dictators and monarchs has moral authority is just foolish. The Arab League has no moral authority. It's a collection of the current transient governing groups. But none of them derive their authority from the people. None of them derive their authority from the rule of law. They may be a practical reality for diplomatic purposes, but they shouldn't be a moral reality for decision-making purposes. And if you watch the United Nations, how can any serious person who believes in the rule of law and believes in human rights take seriously the current General Assembly? I mean, these are people who pass dozens of resolutions against Israel and nothing against Iran.